Alright there. Hello. Yes, everybody, thank you for coming. And I am here tonight to discuss benefits of cannabis retail in Trinity County. This is an in-depth look at the benefits deriving from the cannabis retail industry.
I'm running for retirement.
There we go. Hello, we need a big disclaimer here. Okay, yes, I am Dr. Tammy, and this is a huge disclaimer. All right, I own the Red Barn, and I would love to retail cannabis at the Red Barn. Calling it the Red Barn Healing Angels. I am here to help Trinity. I help Shasta Lake and Shasta County a great deal. I am the former Queen and CEO of the Queen of Dragons of Shasta Lake. I left the Queen of Dragons as their future goals did not match mine. Retail cannabis allows my hands-on approach to actually help people. Help people, patients, and my community. I'm Dr. Tammy, MD, CTN, DN, MDH, RSD, PhD, CEO. I am not licensed for medical profession in California, only because I did own clubs. And they frown on having both of them. So, being a principal researcher, I specialize in scientific cannabis research and am dedicated to medical cannabis legalization and patients' rights. I coach patients on medical uses and applications of cannabis. There we go. I was also Businesswoman of the Year for California by Congressional Committee. Honorary Chairman of the Business Advisory Committee to the President of the United States by Congressional Committee. I received the 2005 National Leadership Award by Congressional Committee. As Honorary Chairman of the House Majority Trust by Congressional Committee. Invited to the White House many times, 6 presidential White George Bush, whether you like it or not, it's a good thing. And I have the Congressional Medal of Distinction. I am the only woman and the only doctor in history. I am officially a top contributor to the Bureau of Cannabis Control. Woo-hoo. Yes, I have been invited to the invitation-only Leadership Summit with state regulatory agencies, including Lori Ajax, who we were speaking of earlier, who is the Chief of the Bureau of Cannabis Control. She will be there. This is a 4-day event with the goal of instilling new ideas around long-term thinking, perseverance, compassion, and collaboration. We are to learn, grow, reflect, and elevate our ability to be a force for good. That's what that whole gathering is about, with all these regulators. As we collectively shape our industries for a more equitable, conscientious, and sustainable future. I help bring cannabis to the platform of the Democratic Convention in the first ring Chairman's Circle, sponsoring the Brown and Mary Club booth and attending my Marijuana Prohibition Cannabis Now Museum. It was visited by the Vice President of the United States and the now Governor, Gavin Newsom. I have been asked to attend this year and bring my museum again. I'm not going to go. I think we've moved far along in the cannabis industry that I don't need to do that anymore. I am not a Democrat. I am an activist for the good of cannabis, and I will talk to all that listen. I was at the 2015, like I said, in the first Chairman's Circle, where we were able to bring this to platform floor, so that now we are legal. And it was because of all that action we did then. Okay, I was with Gavin Newsom, Elizabeth Warren, Barney Frank, Nancy Pelosi, the Attorney General Kamala Harris, and there was over 4,000 delegates in attendance. And yes, at my next event at the Democratic Convention, I did hand the Vice President of the United States a cannabis plant. And as he came walking up to me, along with all his men in black, I was scared to death and shaking. And I was like, yes, Mr. Vice President, this is good. And I thought I was going to be arrested. We weren't as we are now. We are legal. This was in the thing to do legal, and I had brought all medicine and plants to show everybody at the Democratic Convention. So, I come from a different time. It was legal in Shasta Lake, but it wasn't legal. As you can see here, this is my business license. Dr. Tammy, medical marijuana annual license, $50. That's all it cost, $50. Took me a lot of talking, okay, and a lot of meetings, and a lot of other things. I can remember going to the city council, wherever I would sit, it looked like a bomb went off because nobody would come near me. But we changed that in Shasta Lake. We changed it for the good. Queen of Dragon, under my direction, financially supported Saturday night in the park, Shasta Lake, the Veterans Parade, the Shasta Lake Chamber of Commerce, and events including Adopt a Child and the Veterans Flag Memorial. That's that flag you see on the I-5? Yes, I helped put that there. I did Stand Down, which is a 3-day veteran support event, providing clothes, boots, medical, haircuts to veterans. Not only do I support events, I also work them. I will show up and I will work the event. Queen of Dragons, under my direction, financially supported the local Indians for Education, a youth program in Shasta Lake assisting the educational needs, and including a field trip to San Francisco, sending all the children. Yeah, did that. Told everyone we wanted to go. Not a short trip. They also got to go to baseball game, all kinds of stuff. Also sent them, the students, the older students, in December 28, 2016, to Standing Rock. If you remember what that was when our natives were out there protecting a pipeline, or to not be a pipeline. And I thought it was very important that they went and attended. And here you can see Iowa, different certifications of appreciation. And if I were to announce them all, we'd be here for a couple of hours. I have walls of certificates. These are protecting from appreciation from the Indian school right there, the local Indians for Education, thanking me for my kind heart sending those kids. Back from Hell, I was supported a bikers group. Okay, because they were quit doing meth, and I love that. Also, a certificate of appreciation from Medicine for Our Military. I worked hand in hand with them. I was the one who you got your cannabis from. They gave you a coupon, you came to me, and I actually gave it to you. It did not cost anything. It was for our veterans. I did a first heartbeat party. Free to absolutely all families. I did not care. You got a kid, you got to go. Many children had never been living in Shasta Lake. It was too expensive. It also raised awareness for organ donors. First heartbeat party was because I had a patient little kid. And we were waiting for a heart. Very difficult. It's also very difficult when we would hear about a wreck or something like that, and we're like, can Lizzie get a heart? Very, very traumatic. And so we got her through that part. We got her a heart. And then we had a 1-year anniversary where she had that heart. And so we invited everybody with children, all my special children, which you can see on that back wall, to come and participate in this. Of course, one of my favorite things is my children's fund. The Children's Fund is used to aid sick children and their families. 100% of your donations and special event proceeds as well as the Red Barn Healing Angels pulpits when we get there, are used to provide medical equipment and supplies. We pay for non-covered care, gas for travel to hospitals, doctor's appointments, to UC Davis, Stanford, UC San Francisco, UCLA, UC Children's Hospital, hotels, airfare, car repair, rentals, AAA tow cars, rent, mortgage, utilities, and very sadly I've paid for way too many funerals. I have recognition here. This was done in March of 2017. This is from the city of Shasta Lake. This is from Shasta County Office of the Sheriff. From the stand down, from the American Legion. Shasta Lake Chamber of Commerce, I got the Business of the Year Award. Senate, California Senate, I got an award, and from the Assembly, Certificate of Recognition. Now I'm doing this, and we're not even legal. My goal was to be a model. I think I got that. Not only that, I got recognition from the Shasta County Board of Supervisors. And, none to mention, on March 4th, 2017, Certificate of Special Congressional Recognition. You do know I had a pot store, right? So, yeah. So, doing the right thing helps. The Queen of Dragons, under my direction, sponsored every community event in Shasta Lake. In 2016, the Queen of Dragons provided approximately $20,000 in support to those programs. The Shasta Lake Tree Lighting event, we funded 100%. It's a setup, a truly magical Christmas event, completely free of charge. We provide quality gifts for every single person in attendance. Santa and a gift bag for every child who saw Santa, face painting, refreshments, music, and free spaces for our local vendors. We gave a warm coat to every child. We did our best to make sure we didn't leave out a single detail. These are the pictures. We had Santa come in a big red fire truck. Kids really like that. So what? All the community support, helping buy school uniforms, sending kids to camp, trips, special events, children's programs I mentioned, even the building of Shasta Lake were funded by retail cannabis. Every bit of it. The retail cannabis club employees, staff had good jobs, bought vehicles, houses, and had babies. They went out to eat, had full refrigerators, and were able to spend funds on entertainment, all contributing to the community. Community support was given by retail cannabis, sponsoring events, which then helps organizations raise even more funds. The funds cannabis retail provided to the city of Shasta Lake helped it grow. And let me tell you, Shasta Lake was in bad shape when I first went there. We couldn't even get a bus stop. They built a new visitor center, they're building a new city hall, and they just dedicated a new pickleball tennis court complex. Cannabis farmers have been in Trinity County since we know of in 1852. That's just 9 years before the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. As a matter of fact, cannabis grown in Trinity County was sold as medicine, grown here, transported by horse and carriage back east to farmer drug companies to take medicine to like the Lloyd's brothers, and then brought back here and sold in our pharmacy right here in Weaverville. I have the bottles to prove it. The Weaverville drugstore in downtown Weaverville and all over the country at the existing time sold cannabis that came from Trinity County. Our misguided government installed marijuana prohibition and reefer madness, a nationwide racist-based initiative. Thereby, local cannabis farmers went into the shadow. They knew farming and how to grow excellent medicine, but they didn't know much else. They were farmers. The Emerald Triangle, Trinity County, is known worldwide for its outstanding sun-grown cannabis, and has been for a very long time. We as a community should work together helping Trinity. Many issues that face Trinity is poverty, the lack of jobs, meth and opiate addictions, lack of resources, and a higher cost of living. Cannabis can help Trinity. It was not the so-called pot growers that changed this county. It was a cumulative effect. It's what happened because we had that prohibition going on. They made us work on constraints and things that weren't normal. So we had to do things that were out of the realm. We had to hire temporary help. And then who wants to hire somebody to work for you when they can only work for 2 weeks? Trimming, everything else, and then you couldn't pay them, or the people couldn't show where the money came from. That's how the situation created itself. The animosity for cannabis farmers has been on Trinity's plate for a very long time. Allow them to come out of the shadows and help Trinity prosper. Or we're going to get taxed to death as landowners. Because there's no alternative funding for Trinity County. Land, property tax, hospital tax, school, trash, and what's coming is an ambulance tax. Retirees cannot afford this on fixed incomes. And new families can't come here. There's no employment. So new families can't come. Let cannabis help Trinity County. This is our current Trinity County. This is the food bank. This is what Jeffrey England has to go and struggle to try to feed everybody. This food that he's got here, this isn't going to last him. It lasts him about 5 minutes. This is more of Jeffrey England, God bless him, of the Trinity County Food Bank, for trying to feed Trinity. Trinity's current economy. We've got stores closed, vacant buildings, or they're struggling and they're for sale. So many restaurants are closed or struggling to stay open, and they are still for sale. Downtown Weaverville looks like a ghost town on any given day or eve, and just about all of downtown Weaverville is for sale. Events have more band members than audience, even at the 4th of July. I know, I attend. Homes for sale everywhere you look, there's no buyers, and many are leaving Trinity. Young families are not coming. There are no employment. Schools have minimal children. Last year, Lewiston had 3 kids graduate the kindergarten class. In 2017, school-free and reduced meals in Trinity County, 1,056 children out of 1,652 had to have help. That is 63% of our kids. Trinity needs employment. Trinity's current economy, I've got questions. If the families and children don't have food, as we got it, and right now Jeffrey England is trying to send kids home with food for the weekend, because the kids are starving on our weekends. They don't have that supply of food. Do they have warm coats? Do they have proper clothing? Do they have essentials? Do they have a warm home if they haven't even got food? Can children financially participate in school learning and sports activities? Okay, sports activities are expensive. They've got to go to camp. They need uniforms. They need gear. If they can't afford food, they don't have it. Educational field trips to expand their minds? No. That builds strength and character. Trinity needs employment. Now is the time. In 2016 alone, the legal cannabis market was worth an estimated $7.2 billion. We have the protections for medical, for medical marijuana growth and adult recreational growth, which is in the billions. Retail industry, possible monetary benefits. Locally grown, locally sold. Since we're allowed 500 plus allowed cultivation licenses in Trinity County, now is the time to establish retailers to keep those profits in home. Ability to generate monies back into the community. According to Tim from Marty, he's from the League of California Cities, cities are losing money by not drafting a permissive ordinance. Local bans are largely just stopgaps until the cities can't procrastinate on drafting local ordinances any longer. If we have the retail industry, what does that do? The retail helps support our community. As in financial support to local institutions, fire department, sheriff's department, and more. An example is Central Valley cheerleaders from Madison Dragons. We sent them to camp and we paid for their uniforms. Financial support to community events. An example, Shasta Lake's Saturday Night in the Park, their local parades and Chamber of Commerce events. When we help them sponsor events, then they can have bigger events that bring in more money and it helps the total community. So here's the part, and then there's these on the table so everybody understands. This is how, a lot of people don't understand how the retail flow chart works. So we have cultivation and we have nursery over here. This is our distribution. Our distribution goes from our manufacturing process, or our lab testing. All of this goes to sell to dispensary retail. But in the meantime, it's got to be transported. So transporters will have a big job in Trinity County, okay? Because they're the ones who have to move it back and forth from the cultivators, from the labs, from the manufacturers, bringing it to the dispensaries. Retail cannabis can provide local jobs and careers, enabling them to provide food, housing, utilities, clothing, and a better way of life for their families. One retail cannabis storefront requires 7 to 12 or more employees. These are good jobs. These jobs pay $650 to $1,350 a week. Retail cannabis will support local cultivators and farmers, bringing small craft cannabis farmers to the market. This provides local jobs for those families. Retail cannabis would support the local manufacturing. Topical pain relief, lotions, bath bombs, and creams. Candies, cookies, brownies, chocolates, barbecue sauce, flour, bakes, and various other cannabis products. This provides local jobs supporting families. Now, a lot of people get hung up on this manufacturing. Okay, manufacturing is something you do every night to make dinner. It is not, we've all heard it in the context of where it was something, they were manufacturing. So they were there, or simple out, they're manufacturing. It's not like that. It just means we're taking one thing and turning it into something else. We're taking spaghetti and tomatoes, and we're turning that into a plate of spaghetti. That is the same way that manufacturing works. We're just taking the cannabis product and turning it into something else. Barbecue sauce, brownies, bath bombs, whatever. Cannabis, retail cannabis would support local transporters, transporting cannabis from one location to the other. This provides local jobs. With local jobs created by licensed cannabis businesses in Trinity County, local jobs enabling them to provide food, housing, utilities, clothing, and a better way of life. This in turn supports local stores, restaurants, and Trinity County via a tax. And then it supports a secondary boost to ancillary business. It also supports events and lodging. These are the businesses cannabis would support on the outside of cannabis. So we got real estate agents, electricians, carpenters, construction crews, engineers and architects, pharmacists, scientists, insurance brokers, entrepreneurs, investors, accountants, bookkeepers, horticulturists, lab testing, security, horticulture equipment, merchant services, software, marketing and advertising, cannabis consultation experts, doctors, attorney, legal advice. These are all to support the legal businesses we already have here. We have 7 ways that they say that legalization is going to make a better future. Cannabis is already creating jobs more quickly than any other industry, and the number of new jobs is expected to keep increasing as more places legalize marijuana. Scientists believe legalization can make it easier for them to develop cannabis-based medical treatments. One such medication is already helping children cope with a rare, previously untreated form of seizure-causing epilepsy, although they're charging $32,000 for this treatment. And early studies show the plant's potential to treat everything from brain aging to psychosis. Legalization gives the government opportunity to regulate cannabis cultivation, thereby ensuring farmers aren't allowed to damage the environment while growing their crops. It also decreases the strain on the justice system, freeing up police and billions of dollars in state money to fight other criminal activity instead of going after cannabis growers. Experts are hopeful that cannabis could help end the opioid crisis by easing the symptoms of withdrawal. The taxes from cannabis sales could go towards improving any number of societal institutions. In Oregon, where recreational marijuana is legal, recently dedicated millions of dollars in cannabis taxes to its schools and public health service. By driving down cannabis costs, legalization also drives cartels and black market dealers out of business, taking violent activity along with them. Who exactly benefits? Travelers, community members, medical marijuana patients, adult recreational individuals, and Trinity County, who needs employment and the services and dollars provided for its citizens, helping Trinity County community, families, business, and people. This is a whole bunch of stuff on California's revenue. $244 million by the end of September 2017. Those are all big numbers, aren't they? Oh, approximately $126 million in sales. Yeah, well, all right, that don't mean a whole lot. But what it does is real numbers. And I took some real numbers from my actual business. It's a working model, and it was prior to legalized cannabis. So this is a collective model that I was operating in prior. In 2015, my business tax to the city of Shasta Lake for the year was $243,633. And that went to the city of Shasta Lake. Now you know why they're building all those new buildings, don't you? Month of June. I picked the month of June very simply because that was a month that I'm having special events going on because I hired more people, say 420 and that kind of time, because I had to have more people because we had big events like the 420 events and clone sales. This was a least happening time. So I took these figures for that, and for the month of June 2016, at 7.5 sales tax, For the month, I paid $33,962 for that month. My 6% business tax to the city of Shasta Lake was $27,000 for the month. My payroll was $8,360 for 1 week. So we're gonna have some fun with math here. So for 1 month, it's just like I said before. Okay, we have the 7.5 sales tax, which is 33 grand. My payroll is $8,360 for 1 week. Now you consider 3 clubs, and that means 3 times that. That means all these people are getting paid, and all these people have good paying jobs. This is money that goes back into the community. Not all cannabis retail storefront will do that amount, right? But if we consider the possibility of 5 locations, which is a nice considerable number, times up retail sales, put in back into our community by 5 clubs. Now add the local people who are employed and the money generated by helping the cultivation, the manufacturing. We'll get a laboratory up here instead of just having a runner. Distribution, nursery, transportation, all these jobs. And then we add ancillary businesses, landscape, and that's businesses supported by cannabis industry. This supports the economy of Trinity. Just so you know, we want to look at this logically. And so in order to do that, like jobs, how many jobs? Cultivation, supporting local farmers and family and creating jobs. Approximately 250 to 700 person jobs careers can come from cultivation in Trinity. Manufacturing, we've got a recipe for this. The number of employees employed by manufacturing is estimated to be approximately 25 to 35 employees per 40,000 square feet of space of their building. So that's, now we have 25, 35, if we just have one distribution. Then we have laboratories. Laboratories employ 7 to 15 people each. The transportation aspect of this, transportation of cannabis from cultivation, distribution, and then going to club would employ 25 to 75 people in Trinity County. Clubs, dispensary model, we already talked about that. That employs 7 to 12 persons each club. Then we have security, and now we have to have security for our dispensary models. And that can employ 20 to 50 people on security in Trinity County. Accountants, bookkeepers, office staff, those are the kind of type of labor we're going to need as well. Labor will be comprised of skilled and unskilled. Professional labor types doing the grunt work and the labor work, including administration, secretarial, and even janitorial. The various positions within the organization will call for different laborers with different skill sets, all coming from the residents of Trinity County. All these businesses support Trinity County with local jobs. They'll be on payroll. This is now gone legit. So everybody's going to get a paycheck, and they're going to pay their taxes. And some of the little things that happened before, because we weren't legit, and we had to pay under the table, and those things are going to go away. Retail industry, why Trinity County needs it. Retail locations within Trinity County can better serve the needs of its medical and recreational citizens. Trinity County development as tourist venue, which we were speaking of earlier, farm tours, facility tours, bed and breakfast, and special events. Trade events bring thousands of visitors. I don't know if you guys know this, but the Emerald Cup lives or will exist in that city how many people come to the Emerald Cup alone. A lot of cities do that. They have that one venue, and that supports everybody who lives there. And that venue is only like 3 days. We could also get some research facilities here because we are world known in the Emerald Triangle for growing the best outdoor sun organic medicine on the planet. They even sell our seeds over there in Amsterdam. They come here and get that stuff and they take it back over there and they make a lot of money off of it. Research facilities. Why wouldn't we have a research facility when we have the best? This is bringing industry researchers, scientists, and this creates another abundance of careers. Why Trinity County needs it? Retail ensures a large percentage of small farmers' crop will stay local. Cycling money back into Trinity County. Bring it all home. Keep it all here. Trinity County, part of the world-renowned Emerald Triangle, can be self-sufficient in producing and selling cannabis. The county benefits monetarily from sales tax, business taxes when it's passed by the voters. Employment. Trinity County residents need local jobs. And poverty in Trinity County is at 21.3%. We are the poorest county in Trinity. This is some news on the taxes and how it's done. You will find it on my board in the back, and that will explain. Because the county has an authority to tax right now, and then they have another authority to tax when it's presented to the voters. But you can read it in full on the board. What happens if we don't get it? Well, local government grants are denied. If we don't have it, we're not going to get this extra money. So, if you own property, we're going to get the money from you to support Trinity County. Because Trinity County's got to keep working, right? We're going to have a lack of employment. We have the loss of jobs that cannabis could provide. And then Trinity County's economy is going to suffer right away. Trinity County has enormous untapped potential. Enormous. Local people can be fully trained for positions involving in the cannabis industry. Local jobs and careers can bring talented commuters. We got a lot of people, kids going out of Trinity, going down to Redding, going other ways for their jobs. We can bring those people back home. We have a lot of talent here. No more traveling to outward locations to support their family. Older and seniors will be a valuable asset. Many possess highly needed skill sets: management, bookkeepers, security, nurses, drivers, chefs, marketing, event planning. This list is endless. Retail sales can help Trinity County. New jobs, careers, supporting families, supporting the community, events, and causes, supporting local businesses and creating new businesses. Retail sales paying taxes. Let's put Trinity County to work, helping Trinity County. And I thank you.
Anybody have any questions for Tammy? Eric?
Yes, there were.
Okay, I have a difficult one.
Okay. Okay.
The Trinity Journal has been running job ads for quite some time, but they never seem to be able to fill. How does that fit with your description?
Well, a lot of jobs that we have around here are not very good paying jobs. They're actually low paying jobs. Or a lot of the other jobs are government jobs, and some of us can't pass that government thing, or we have no desire to work for them. A lot of people, cannabis is what Trinity does, and so many people know it, and it's what they really love in their hearts. So there's a lot of people here that will want to work into the industry. Currently, they just haven't been able
Just to say, a lot of the jobs you see kind of take like credentials.
Right, the jobs and
And a lot of people that live in Trinity County didn't go to college for nursing.
No, they're all farmers.
So we're all farmers.
They're all farmers, that's what they know, farming.
Yeah.
And we should let them do what we're good at.
Or like the mill's always looking for people, but they drug test and you can't get a job there if you come up positive for cannabis.
Exactly.
Yeah. So a lot of those jobs aren't really even available to a lot of us, which is a personal choice. I'm not gonna say it's not. If you smoke pot, you can't get a job because of it.
That's it. If you're in the cannabis industry and you smoke pot, you can still get a job.
Exactly.